What that means is that you don't have to spend the labor in the back of the house unloading a truck. All of that labor can be spent with your customers. That gives you the ability to not have to worry about delivery windows. I spoke about delivery windows. You don't necessarily need to worry about those. John Weavers and many of his stores were delivering through the night. He put in a small capital investment to ensure that our drivers are safe. A major priority for us is to ensure that our drivers are safe as they're delivering. However, his personnel, they don't need to touch the back of the truck as it arrives. The drivers are taking it into those temperature controlled environments. They're picking up the dunnage, putting it on the truck, and bringing that back to the DC. It's a win-win. Flexibility for us from a delivery standpoint to offset some of the transportation costs that I mentioned before. And it gives you the ability to reallocate that labor to your customers.
When is that coming?
So we have that in Colorado right now. Titus is prepared and ready to deploy that from a driver and load perspective. But we have a checklist. You know, after we went through the Lever stores, we definitely realized that there's some opportunities at the back of the store to enhance security for your sake. Obviously, as our drivers are in your stores and off hours, we want to ensure that you're protecting your product. We also want to protect our drivers as well. So we'll work together on that. So we have the checklist. We can go through that with each of you. If there is any interest in rolling that out, it's by location and by setup at each individual store. So we'll partner together on that as we move forward. We've used all the learnings from our Colorado market to then deploy that elsewhere. If you go to our Jefferson Street store, you can see there's a gate on the back side. There's security to get into the back door for our drivers. There are barriers within the store that don't allow the drivers to have access to the sales floor. So they've made those adjustments, and as we open up several other stores, they'll be set up for this driver unload as well.
So are they coming in and delivering while there are no store employees in the store?
Correct. Correct. They're also delivering through the day while there are store employees there. That allows the store to then focus their labor onto their customers. So it's a mixed bag. Those deliveries through the night don't require store personnel. The deliveries through the day, they can happen while you're interfacing with the customer. We're seeing good partnership on both sides, you know, breaking down a truck, getting it out. But as we're looking at throughout the night, you know, we have requirements. Need, you know, 28 degrees and 36 degrees on your cooler. Those need to be separated and moved into the store. Those drivers, it's a different type of driver. You know, they're you know, more of an industrial athlete as they're getting into the stores and breaking down some of that freight. But you know, that's a requirement of the driver and load program.
Okay.
So
thanks, Tony. So let's talk about what I'm doing to simplify the process. So, you know, you've heard me already mention around, you know, the manual reporting that we had in place, and you know, depending on who asked, I got a different answer around supply chain metrics. So we've got consistent, accurate, and action-oriented reporting in place, and now we're delivering to one version of the truth. One team providing support for our retail partners. I hope all of you know Eric Nielsen and his team. They are now going to be managing all of the relationships with you. So if it's, you know, retail requests or special buys, Eric Nielsen's team will manage that. So you're not having to figure out who should I be talking to, who should I be working with. We're going to have one team to support you on that. I already mentioned the kind of the systems that we have in place right now, and they're pretty prehistoric, and I'm being kind there. I mean, if I kind of look at the systems that the team has to use right now, you know, I've seen tools and systems that were better than this 20 years ago. So good news is we've already selected the software provider of choice that will support our end-to-end supply chain system. So we'll have a new forecasting engine in place and then a new tool to drive replenishment. So that's pretty exciting. But I know you all want to talk about the survey system. So let me try and get to that pretty quickly around what we've got coming with that, so we've got some time for some questions. So step one, we've got to clean the data. I mean, I haven't the ability to really drive some significant improvements around how we deliver on the survey system and how we deliver other things beyond that. But the first thing we have to do is clean the data. Garbage in is garbage out. What does that mean? Consistent UPCs, same POUs. So there's a lot of work underway right now to make sure we have that data clean. Once I have clean data coming in, I can tell you exactly what you need. I can tell you exactly what you're going to sell on an item in your individual store for a survey product. So I can go look back, I can load 3 years of data into this forecasting tool that we're about to purchase, and it will look at the item store when you last had that item on ad. It will look what else was on ad at the same time. It will look what's on ad this time we're about to promote it. It will look what the weather was when we last put it on ad. It will look what the weather is going to be right now. It will look at, did you sell everything at regular price? Did you sell anything at a markdown? Did you have any lost sales? What's your current trend right now? Maybe your store is trending 20% up. Maybe it's trending 5% down. All these elements will be built into that forecasting system. And yes, you are right, none of those elements are in today's forecasting system. That's why we have the challenges with the survey process that we do right now. So once I stand that up, and this is work in process, we're working through with the software provider right now, and we will be able to stand this tool up within the next 30 to 60 days. I'll be able to provide to you, by item, by stock, here's what you're going to sell throughout the week. Not a number for the whole week, but here's what I believe your sales are by the week. So when you go into the survey tool, there's already going to be a number populated in that screen. You're not having to go try and figure out when was this last on ad, let me go into another application, pulls the sales data. The number's going to be there. All I want you to do is review it, approve. Do we like that?
Yes.
Okay. So, as like I say, that's coming soon.